Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 Let's Map video. Let's map on my map FourFields together. Yeah, and first I have to show you something and then we can build a small forest. That's what I thought. Here you can see the upcoming village which is not yet decorated, as you can very clearly see. But I wanted to tell you something about the difference from FourFields in FS22 to the upcoming version for FS25. And there will be some differences and a lot of similarities. And one difference is there will only be an American version of this map, so no German-like looking houses in a different version. In the FS22 you could download one map and then you had the choice when making a new save game whether you wanted to have it as the American FourFields with American buildings or the German FourFields and with German buildings. And that won't be the case anymore. There will only be American buildings because of several reasons. And one reason is to make this possible with the different buildings, what was a lot of fun, but I had to make all the buildings as a dynamically loaded object, like farm buildings. And for the farm buildings, it will stay like that. You will be able to sell all the farm buildings and build your own farm, like it should be, on all 4 farms. But for the village, for example, they won't be dynamically loaded anymore, and that will save a lot of slots. So the FS22 version of the FourFields was very heavy on slots because of those 2 variants. And yeah, when I just put the buildings down onto the map, like they are right now, this saves a lot of slots. And yeah, the other reason is in America there are some areas that look like that, with at least from the shape of the fields. And there, I think in Texas there is an area where we have it like that, and in Canada some people told me, yeah, we have such fields in Canada as well. And so maybe in different regions of North America it is normal to have fields that look like that, square fields, very huge, and one beside the other. And in Europe or Germany you don't see such things. So it is not normal and unrealistic. And for America, it's realistic to have a farm, a field or a map like that. Okay, I guess in reality you would have a background that is still going for those huge fields and rather flat, but I prefer to have a little bit hilly background. And I don't want to have a realistic map that is made from reality, but I think it's nice to have a map that is at least inspired from a certain region. And yeah, in the beginning the idea was only I want to make a really huge field on a standard sized map that console players can play with a huge field. And then I thought, oh, maybe 4 fields would be better than 1 field, therefore 4 fields. But now I think this is inspired by, for example, Texas, where the fields look like that. Okay, that is the second reason why there will only be American buildings and only the American version. And if you have played on FourFields, you might think the houses look different. Yes, they do. First, I wanted to just include the American buildings that I had on FourFields, and then I found out, or I should have known before, but I haven't thought as far. And then I saw the buildings and everything, and it was clear I would have to bring a lot of textures from FS22 to the map, into the map, which is no technical problem, but which would make the map very bulky, very big, too big in my opinions for because of the textures. They need a lot of storage space, a lot of megabytes, and therefore it would blow up the map extremely to bring in the buildings with all the textures from FS22. And therefore I thought, okay, I have a look what I find at Riverbend Springs, because those textures are already included in the base game and I don't need to put them into the map. And I found quite a bunch of interesting buildings, and I think, yes, we can easily go with those Riverbend Springs buildings. And yeah, they will have fences and trees, nice gardens and greenery and decoration and stuff, so they won't stay like that, don't worry. And I just placed them down to get a first impression. And so we will save hundreds and hundreds of megabytes for the download. And if you have a very beefy PC, you would say, it wouldn't matter for me. But for console players, it matters a lot how big a map is, size-wise. Therefore, Riverbend Springs buildings. Okay, and in a future video, when I have placed all the fences, we will make a video with decorating village houses. But not today. Today the topic is forests. And if you see in the background, not this hill in the background, but the end of the map, this flat line. Can you, yeah, you should be able to see my mouse. And there is a row of trees. And yeah, you only see some trees. And now we go closer. And usually I miss the moment when it happens. So now it happens. You see, there are more and more trees. It fills up more and more. Yeah, and this is the look from close by. And now we jump over this forest. We made them in the German Let's Map video. And we go and have a look here. Those, when we are rather close, we can see, yeah, they are a bunch of trees that are at the border to cover the edge of the border. But when we go back here, so, oops, no, not so much. Now you can see we only have very few trees left, and now they are all gone. And it's completely empty. And I don't like it when it's completely empty and we are just, oh, hey, how do you come here? I think I lost this tree while placing it somewhere. Maybe I should just remove it or put somewhere else. Yeah, I remove it. And here we have another one. Come on. So there are several of those. Okay, so yeah, so we are not even halfway through the map and it looks completely empty. I think it's terrible. And have I removed all the trees? Yeah, I've removed the whole forest. Oh my god. So I hope I can go back with Control C. Come on, come on, come boy, back. Yeah, so you should always be very concentrated when remove. Oh no, we are in a different area. Here we have the forest. Oh, so stupid. So I let them here for the time being. I remove them later because, yeah, if not, I could remove my whole forest. So now let's go back to this being empty here, and I don't like this. I want there to be at least several trees that you can view. It doesn't need to be completely full, but I don't want it to be completely empty. And it's very good. We have some types of tree that have a long distance view. They are from Hutan Pantai. And yeah, I decided to include some of those here at the border. That is the one thing that I want to do with you. And the other thing is to decorate this little forest here. So now I have to search them in my tree templates. They are the Pinus tabuliformis, exactly like so, maybe both sizes, and the Tilia amurensis and the Japanese Selkova. Okay, and they are very good for this use. Okay, I copied them, and now I search for the area. Yeah, this is it. So we work on this area, and the next area I will do after this video. So I put that in my window. Now I know. Okay. And then I copy the trees that I want to use into this area here. And now we can place them. Let's start with maybe with the bigger ones, the Tilia amurensis. And where was it again? I think until here. And here we have a gap. Yeah, and yeah, I can fill this gap easily. So now we put this one tree here first. Okay, and then I fill this gap. And here it's already quite full, but those are all the trees that are disappearing. So, and maybe here, and don't worry, some of them will fly, but later we can drop them onto the terrain with a script. So it should do something now. Yes, now it has done it. This is a placement method, here a manual placement method, so to say. So I remove some of the old trees here, that I can place my trees. So, okay. Oh, that is not what I wanted to. No, this small one can stay. The big one doesn't want. And here, this is also a new one. Okay. So now I take, what was it? This was Tilia amurensis. And now I take the Japanese Zelkova. Okay. This is not so big, but it will still be nice to see it from far away. Okay. And now an even smaller variety of this tree. So, and when I'm done here, we will go closer and have a look at those trees. And now I take the Pinus tabuliformis. This is the Japanese pine tree, and it looks very nice. But sadly, this can't be harvested with a harvester. Maybe it's too nice for the harvester. So, and it has too many branches and such. So, and I know this is floating. I would change this later. So now the smaller variety of this. It's not so much smaller. Okay. Good. Now I will I will activate all, and first saving, always important. And then I use a script that is delivered with the Giants editor. There are quite a lot of very interesting scripts. So place objects on terrain. And now we have to wait. And have you seen some of them have dropped? Those were the flying trees. And now we go closer and have a look. Come on, here. So, and here is this Japanese or this Asian pine tree. And then I think this is a new one too. Yeah, a Japanese Zelkova. And I forgot the English name and the German name. But they look quite nice. And also the Tilia amurensis look also nice. Yeah, and now we go further away. Like so. And here you can see we lose more and more of the trees. at the left side it's completely empty, but here in the center we have quite a lot of trees that stay there. Yeah, and that they stay until it's really so far away that it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, and I'm quite happy with this. And for me it's okay if not all of the trees are visible in the long distance, but it shouldn't look completely empty. So, and now we go even closer, and there you can see it already in the forest. I worked on the forest ground and put some bushes and some ground greenery here. And the grass is not yet done because I'm waiting until I have all this concrete and gravel stuff and so finished. Because if I would make the grass right now, which would be easy, I would have to delete it so often. And that would take a lot of time to put it back again, delete it, and therefore I work on all the ground textures first, and when I'm done, then I put all the grass onto the map. And here, this will be our forest that we work on. And as you can see, it's very lush and green on the ground. A lot of stuff growing there. I made it in the afternoon. Whoops. Yeah, and all the forest areas have this ground foliage already. And now we put trees here that you can harvest with a harvester. And at the edge we will make some of those those leaf trees that you can't harvest with a harvester, but only a few, maybe 3 or 4 or such. And everything inside will be the type that you can use with a harvester. And they removed the spruce. We don't have spruce anymore. And if you think, oh, there are spruces. Yeah, those are my distance trees. They are no real trees. They only look like trees. So now we make a new group. This will be Tree Forest East 2. Tree Forest East 2. And we put some trees inside that are good for the harvester. And we make most of them with the lodgepole pine, which is this gray pine that looks like a toothstick or toothpick, a big one. But you get a lot of money when you sell them, and it's really easy to harvest them. And so those will be the main trees, and the other trees are you can harvest them with a harvester, but you don't earn so much money than with those lodgepole pines. And I have 2 types, and I just, before I filled up everything, and then the other trees were floating too much, so this time I try and work it a little bit in rows, and we will see how it goes. Here you see those toothpick trees. And in easy mode you get something like 4,000 to 5,000 bucks for one of those trees. And they were brought into the game with Silver Run Forest. So, and one more, okay. And now I take the other variation. And later here in the front, I will add some of those as well. So we have at least three times going through all tree types. And I hope this is good. Yeah, and you might ask yourself or me, why don't I use a script for this? Which is a valid question. In FS19 and FS22 I always used a script that was made by the modder Kevin K, a German script modder. And I don't know whether this mod still works or whether he has a version for FS25. And I thought just to try it out, it would take as long as making all the forests here in the game, like I'm doing here now. And now we put the smaller ones. And yeah, therefore I decided not to try to search it or try to bring it to work, because I thought, I don't think that it's out yet, and usually it doesn't work without changes, and it would cost me several hours to test this, and therefore I thought, okay, I go for manual labor. That is one thing. And then we have two different tools from Giants that are available now for work like that. One we already had in FS22. It's a mesh painting tool. It works rather similar to what I'm doing here right now, but I could say this tree type I want to paint here, and then I could just go over it more easily. But I always found it's not so reliable. So it didn't work as good as I wanted it to work. And this is the one that is growing in my riverbend springs. Yeah, I have some of those. I don't want it here. Sorry. Only very few. When I click it on, it looks like as if it would have needles. Oh no, this is the different one. Okay, so yeah, I wondered. I planted some of those lodgepole pines in my Riverbend Springs Let's Play, and they have grown, and some of those look like that, like dead. And I thought, what is going on there? And now I see then this variation type 2 of the second growth stage. Looks like that. Doesn't have any needles. Too bad. Not good. So now we take a different type of pine now, and I try to mix it here inside. And this is already so dense that a lot of them are flying. But later I use this script again to bring all the trees to the ground. So, and maybe I just put some of those into it. That it's not all those toothpick trees. Yeah, so I was talking about this mesh painting script that I don't like so much. I prefer to place it like this. And then we have an even newer script, which is very interesting, a procedural placement script. And I had a look at it and I thought, wow, this looks complicated. And I thought, if I would try to work with this, it would take me maybe weeks or months to learn how to use it. And yeah, it will only need few hours to get all my forests done. And therefore I thought, okay, I do it manually. And while I'm doing it, and it is fun to do it, I can talk to you and yeah, have fun. And therefore I do it like I do it here. And here's something that I wanted to show you. I complained about they removed the spruce from our life, but they gave us some leaf trees. I guess you don't call it leaf trees in English. It's more like deciduous trees, or a word that I can't pronounce and can't remember. And therefore I always call it leaf trees. I hope you understand what I mean with leaf trees instead of needle trees. And here we have two types that can be harvested with harvester. Maybe I should bring it out here. So where is it again? It was the beach. Yeah. Here. And yeah, it's not a white tree, because if it would be white as an oak or so, it wouldn't work with a harvester. And you don't earn much money with this either. But you can use a harvester on this, and therefore you can just harvest them. And yeah, I can mix them here into this pine forest. And I think that is a nice alternative. So, and I was always hoping for some leaf trees that we can harvest with the harvester. Oh, this is flying nicely. Don't worry about that. We will bring it to the ground. Here we have some more flying trees. But about this procedural placement script, if I find the time, I would try to learn how to use it, because if you know how to use it, I guess it could make map making much faster. And that would be awesome to have, yeah, to be able to make maps faster. But for me, the most time-consuming part of map making is always to build the buildings, not to place them, but to build them in Blender and such. Not like I do here. I just take the the Riverbend Springs building for the village. But yeah, like I do like to do otherwise, building everything myself. Here we have another type of tree. This is an aspen. Also small little leaf tree. And we have an even bigger one. I might just scatter all the small ones around and then try to place the bigger ones. Let's see how this works. Okay. And we have another variety. Yeah, for the farmhouses, I thought I will use the American farmhouse that I already built for FS25. The one that looks like DJ Goham's house. And yeah, there are 4 varieties anyhow. And I think it just matches perfectly with the 4 farms. And then we will have walk-in farmhouses, which is an improvement compared to the other FourFields from FS22. Because there we hadn't had a walk-in farmhouse. And then I will see which objects and sheds and such I will use for the farms. Maybe the ones we had in FS22. So now I guess some of those maybe, and then some of this more brownish looking pines, and then I will try to bring them down again. This wants to fly. Okay, you may fly here. And this one. Okay. And I will bring some of this younger ones of these more brown lookings, those here, to fill up the undergrowth a little bit. Because like that. Oh, those little leaf trees, they are rather nice, filling it up. So maybe we don't even need, maybe a few of the smaller pines. So it would be Pinus sylvestris, stage 3, yes, stage 3. We had stage 5 up to now. So good, here. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. And this is also good for the harvester. So. Okay. And now I bring them all down. First saving, very important. And then we just take a few oaks and such for the outside, that it looks more natural and not like an artificial forest. Wow, those are quite a lot. And all manually placed. So scripts, shared scripts, maps, terrain, place objects on terrain. Good. Let's see. Yeah. It looks like a forest. And here, this one escaped. You belong inside. Okay, and this one escaped as well. I can just place it here. Good. And now I get an oak. Is this an oak? No. This is the hill. No, shackback hickory, but here we have an oak. This is a small one. I want a bigger oak. We don't have bigger oaks there. Then we have to get it somewhere else. We had bigger oaks. Here. Yeah, stage 5. That is what I want. Okay. Now, somehow I really like oaks. And I'm very happy that we have them in Farm Sim now. So we also had them in FS22 and I really like them. And in FS19 they were missing. And I brought them over from, I guess, FS17 or so. Because I thought it's not possible to build maps without oaks. And here we have an American elm. Okay. So just one maybe here. And then here another one. Yeah, maybe over there. So, and then later I will put some bushes into the area around the forest. So, wow, all those trees. Maybe I should use the tree counting tool. Let's see whether it is able to just count it without them being sorted, or it is shared scripts, maps, trees, count trees. So 1937, which is completely okay. I think 14,000 is the limit. And yeah, we have some more areas all around at the border, those long view trees. And then here a small tree area, there a bigger one. Maybe we will have 5,000 trees in the end. That will be okay, I guess. And maybe they don't even need to be so dense like here. It's rather dense. I guess you can make a fortune with this little forest. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for today. And I will work on the fences for the houses, for the village. And then when those fences are done, because I don't want to place the fences in a video, it is very boring and tedious. But when they are done, I will make another Let's Map video, and then we can decorate some of the gardens. And this is a lot of fun. And yeah, I will see, maybe in between I will make a short information video, or the next video about the map will already be the We Decorate the Village. I will just see how it's going. Yeah, and I keep on working, and you wish me good luck. Right now, I don't know yet whether I can accomplish it to finish the map till the end of the month. Because I don't know where are the big problems waiting for me, whether there are and which problems and such. But maybe at the end of next week, so around the 21st, 22nd of February, I can tell you more. I know more about whether it's possible to finish this map fast or not. We will see. Okay then. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching, and all the best till next time. Tschüss!